Good morning, boys and girls. 2 more days. We're nearly there, okay? Let's get through these next few days and then we'll have a little week off, okay? So I'm wondering if anyone remembers who this guy is. I've shown you this guy before. This guy is, for those who don't remember, he's called Uncle Ed. He's my uncle and he's called Ed and he's very, very old, okay? And he likes to remember things that he did in the past when he was a bit more agile. When he was a bit younger, he used to be able to do all sorts of activities. Now he's a bit old, he can't do too much, but he likes to reminisce about the things he used to do in the past. And when he does that, he has to change the verbs to the past tense, the things that he's doing, the doing words. He has to add his own name to the end of them to make them the past tense. So let's have a look at some of the things he used to do. So Uncle Ed walked to the park. So he likes to walk, but in the past, because he's old now, he can't walk so well. In the past, he walked, and he adds ed to the end. Remember, to that verb. The verb is walk. It's a doing word, something that you do. Okay, so he walked to the park. He added ed to this because he did this in the past. He used to do it. Uncle Ed doesn't walk anymore. He used to walk. He walked. Okay. He poured the milk on his cereal. I poured the milk on my cereal. He used to do this. Now I do it for him. I talked to my friend Bert. He's added ed to talk because Uncle Ed did this to Bert in the past. Look at Bert's amazing moustache. It's classic, man. Like Mr. Winters. I played football. So he used to play football, but it was in the past. So he's added ed to the end there. A picture of him playing. It was so long ago that photos were still black and white. Okay. So we're going to be looking at another suffix today. Now, a suffix is something you add at the end of the word. And in all of those words, we had the suffix ed. But we're going to be looking at a different one. We did that back in the autumn term. We're going to be looking at a different one today. And that is ing. It's another one that can go on the end of verbs, doing words. So that's what we're going to be looking at. So let's get a start. Okay, before we start, you might need, there's a little pack of word cards in your seesaw pack for today with different doing words on them. I think the first one's go and the second one's going. You'll need those cards because they're going to play a little game at the end, which you might use them for, okay? Okay. Let's read these words together. So we have talk. We also have talking with ing on the end. See, the ing is on the end. Talking. We have jump and we have jumping. We have read and we have reading. We have sing and we have singing. You can see it goes on the end, just like ed. Suffixes go on the end of words. We have walk and we have walking. Okay, so what did you notice? Well, that's a simple question. It says talk to your partner. We probably don't have a partner. So what do we notice? It's pretty simple. They all end in ing, ing. And they're also all things that you can do. Doing words. Doing words are called verbs. You don't really need to know that right now, the word verb, but it's best to get used to it early because you use it a lot, especially in year 3. So verbs are doing words, punching, kicking, cooking, chopping. It can be anything that you're doing, okay? Okay. Now, listen carefully to the sentence. You're going to need these little word cards, okay? Talk to your partner and find the missing words. You can talk to mum or dad, or you can just think to yourself. You've got the words, so you might want to pause the video now and cut out your word cards so you've got them already, okay? So hopefully you've paused the video and cut out your word cards. So I'm going to read you the sentence and you have to hold up the word cards which you think goes in the missing space in the sentence, and you have to read it to yourself and see if it sounds right, okay? Think carefully about whether the word needs to end in ing or not, okay? For example, you have go and you also have going, but both of them might not make sense depending what the sentence is, okay? So Katie is something to the shop. Look at your words and think if you can see which one's going to go in there. Katie is something to the shop. Okay, let's have a check. Katie is going to the shop. You couldn't say Katie is go to the shop. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? Katie is going to the shop. Okay, the next one. The swan likes to something high in the sky. The flying swan, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? The swan likes to fly high in the sky. Flying wouldn't make sense. Okay. James can something a tall tree. Is that one see or seeing? James, I like that name. Can something a tall tree? James can see a tall tree. Okay. Mum said that Robert can help her too. Mum said that Robert can help her too. Is it cook or cooking? Mum said that Robert can help her to cook. Mum said that Robert can help her to cooking. Which one sounds right? Oh, well done. That one is cook. Charlotte, another name I like, is something the doctor. Charlotte is something the doctor. Look at your words. Charlotte is see the doctor or Charlotte is seeing the doctor? Charlotte is seeing the doctor. Do you know what? Year one, I've had loads of people called Charlotte in my class over the years, about 6. Can I something out to play? Can I something out to play? Have a look at your words and think. For those of haven't spotted, it's either go or going. Can I go out to play or can I going out to play? We can all hear which one makes sense, can't we? Mum and Robert are something. Mum and Robert are cooking. The swan is something over the lake. So they're like the opposite now. The swan is flying over the lake. Louis is something Blake in the park. We haven't had this one yet. This verb. When you go somewhere to something, someone. Louis is meeting Blake in the park. Blake likes to something Louis to play football. Blake likes to meet Louis to play football. Okay, there's a few little jobs for you to choose from. Let me just show you them. So, there were your word cards. Hopefully that game went okay. Anyway, first one. Cut out the words. There's some words at the bottom of the page. Help, helping, eat, eating. Similar to what we've just done in the little game. You have to cut out the word and put it in the right sentence. So, look at the picture for a clue. Tom is something Tom likes to. Now let's look at our words. I can spot it already. The verb, the doing word that Tom's doing is, what do you do with your toys? You play with them. So, for my first one, I'd say Tom is playing. And for my second one, I would say Tom likes to play. They're the matching verbs with each other, okay? So let's get rid of that. And let's move on down. So that's the first job. That's nice and easy. Most people want to start with that one probably. Cut those, stick them on. Second one is quite simple as well. You've got some pictures. You have to match the right verb underneath each picture. Then it says, question 2, write sentences using each of the following words. So you've got leaving, writing, and coming. So you'll have 3 sentences to write. Remember, when you're writing your sentences, you want to have a capital letter, you want to have a full stop, and you want to really, really take your time. It's important. We need to keep our writing as neat as we can. Everyone's doing a great job, but keep up your high standard you usually have, okay? Then, if you want a little challenge, and this is tricky, there are some sentences. You have to fill in the blanks using Uncle Ed or ing. Both of those suffixes. You have to choose which one is going to add to the doing word. Now the doing word, the verb, is in dark, bold writing, okay? So let's just choose one, this one here. The cat was something at the dog, and the verb is hiss. So you're going to say, the cat was, let me write it down on my whiteboard. The cat was hissed at the dog, or the cat was hissing at the dog. And you can see that only one of them actually sounds right, year one, so it'll be pretty obvious to you probably. So best of luck with that one. That one's a bit tricky. There's also a few irregular verbs in there which you have to add different letters too. Don't worry too much about your spelling. I'm only concerned whether you know whether it's ED or ing that goes on the end, okay? Because those are the rules you learn later in school. So enjoy that.